Imagine a year where AI wasn't just a tool, it was the villain, the hero, and the scapegoat, rewriting the rules of industries and sparking ethical wildfires that burned through public trust. 2028 kicked off with dazzling promises of a tech utopia, but by summer, the cracks were glaring, exposing raw vulnerabilities in privacy, creativity, and the very essence of truth. From corporate overreach that ignited global outrage to deepfake disasters that humiliated even seasoned journalists, AI scandals dominated headlines, rattling politicians, publishers, and everyday users. This retrospective dives into 10 seismic moments from July and August 2005, unraveling how innovation crashed into ethics, regulators tightened their grip, and society wrestled with AI's double-edged nature. We'll unpack the fallout, the hard-won lessons, and what's next in a world increasingly shaped by algorithms. Buckle up. It's been a wild, drama-filled ride, packed with jaw-dropping twists and sobering realities. A Reuters leak sent shockwaves. Meta's AI chatbots were greenlit for sensual or romantic conversations with kids as young as 13, allowing flirtatious exchanges and even demeaning remarks based on race or gender, so long as they stayed non-explicit. Designed to keep teens glued to Instagram and Messenger, the policy horrified child safety advocates who warned of grooming risks in a digital Wild West. Senator Josh Hawley launched a fiery congressional probe demanding Meta preserve all emails and data, while Neil Young stormed off Facebook, branding it reckless and predatory. The Guardian called it a backlash storm, with op-eds slamming big tech for normalizing dangerous behavior. Lawsuits flooded in as parents rallied online, and Meta, caught off guard, scrapped the outdated guidelines amid plummeting stock prices and global regulatory scrutiny. This fiasco exposed big tech's reckless AI ambition, proving that crossing ethical lines with minors doesn't just spark viral outrage. It triggers legislative hammers, fueling calls for worldwide child safety reforms. OpenAI unveiled GPT-5 on August 7th, hyping its expert-level intelligence and bold, human-like personality to revolutionize digital interactions. But the launch imploded as users slammed its arrogant, sarcastic, and downright creepy tone, with #GPT-5fail trending across X as creators mourned lost productivity and workflow disruptions. Sam Altman, blindsided by the fury, admitted the model felt colder than intended, rushing apologies and emergency updates. By August 11th, OpenAI reverted to the warmer GPT-4o for Plus users, vowing no more abrupt deprecations without rigorous beta testing. Bloomberg dubbed it a PhD-level miss, while Platformer dissected OpenAI's overzealous marketing blunder. This user-driven revolt showed that AI's human-like traits can backfire spectacularly if mistuned, proving innovation must bow to user feedback or face a backlash that dents brand loyalty and credibility. Microsoft's AI-driven recall, capturing screenshots every few seconds for a searchable digital memory, crashed into a privacy wall in July. Critics branded it a surveillance nightmare, warning of catastrophic data leaks in a world already jittery about tech overreach. Privacy apps like Brave, AdGuard, and Signal blocked it by default, citing risks to sensitive data, with Signal leveraging DRM to shield encrypted messages. Microsoft, under intense fire, delayed rollout indefinitely, admitting opt-in measures fell short, while Penn ISC flagged unacceptable security challenges for enterprise users. Engadget hailed the privacy rebellion as users flocked to blockers, and Ars Technica groaned at Recall's buggy reintroduction for testing. This clash empowered privacy tools, signaling users are fighting back with code, potentially forcing Microsoft to redesign operating systems for a privacy-first future. Cloudflare dropped a bombshell on August 4th, accusing Perplexity AI of stealth crawling by dodging robots. .txt with IP rotation and user agent switches, tactics likened to North Korean hackers in their cunning. With web scraping surging 87% industry win. Perplexity fired back, calling the claims embarrassing errors and touting transparent methods. TechCrunch tied the feud to Cloudflare's new marketplace for charging scrapers, igniting Reddit debates on whether AI firms have a right to web data. Covered by ZDNet and The Register, this clash laid bare the Wild West of AI training. Innovation thrives on data, but flouting web ethics invites legal battles, reputational damage, and emerging paywalls that could fundamentally reshape the internet's economic landscape. A New York federal judge upheld voice actors Paul Lehrman and Linnea Sage's claims against AI firm Lovo for cloning their voices without consent for marketing purposes and affirming their right to voice under state publicity laws. While dismissing some copyright claims, voices aren't federally protectable, the court kept key demands, signaling Lovo's liability for unauthorized clones. Hollywood Reporter hailed it a triumph for humans, echoing Scarlett Johansson's battles against similar tech as Skadden unpacked its sweeping IP implications. Lovo defended its innovation as cutting edge, but the case exposed AI's existential threat to performers, likely forcing explicit consents across Hollywood or sparking a wave of lawsuits and union strikes to safeguard creative identities in an era of digital mimicry. Business Insider's explosive Finding Dora expose revealed how influencer Dora's stolen photos were AI-altered for pig-butchering scams from China-based networks, morphing her into fake personas to lure victims into devastating crypto frauds. A doctor shared similar woes, her images flooding scam sites, while AI-crafted deepfake video calls amplified billion-dollar frauds, per FBI and FTC warnings. The investigation's heart-wrenching stories of victims sparked global outrage, fueling demands for stronger image protections and cross-border anti-scam cooperation. It laid bare AI's dark underbelly. Beyond playful filters, it's a weapon for deception, eroding trust online, and amplifying calls for robust global measures to combat fraud's rising tide in a hyper-connected world. Media veteran Chris Cuomo fell hard, sharing an AI-generated video of AOC ranting about Sydney Sweeney's ad and Hamas policies, demanding answers before retracting it in embarrassment after AOC's ex-takedown called it obvious fakery. The Guardian mocked his oversight as a sign of deepfake's chilling realism, while the New York Times called the fake terrible in quality but warned of its narrative power in polarizing politics, especially during election seasons. Podcasts like Love It or Leave It dissected it with humor but gravity. If a media pro like Cuomo falls, public discernment is at risk. This blunder fueled urgent demands for AI watermarking, verification tools, and media literacy to counter misinformation's growing threat. Google's AI overviews, summarizing search results, slashed publisher traffic by 125%, with news sites hit hardest, per Digital Content Next's summer metrics. SimilarWeb reported a 55% referral drop since 2022, as Pew noted overviews appearing in 1 in 5 searches, suppressing clicks and engagement. Publishers decried content cannibalization without credit, with WSJ warning of a crushed web ecosystem reliant on traffic. Google downplayed the impact, but antitrust scrutiny intensified from regulators. Can AI thrive without killing the creators it feeds on? This crisis could force revenue-sharing deals or opt-out reforms to save digital publishing from collapse. The EU AI Act's general-purpose AI provisions activated on August 2nd, mandating transparency, copyright compliance, and systemic risk assessments for models like OpenAI's. Full high-risk rules loom by 2026, per DLA Piper, with the Commission's guidelines emphasizing accountability for training data and societal harms. Critics hailed it as a global benchmark for ethical AI, but companies grumbled about bureaucratic costs and compliance burdens. Europe's phased approach, covering pre-2025 models, sets a bold precedent: regulate early to tame chaos, or risk fragmented global standards that could stifle innovation while failing to curb misuse. Anthropic supercharged Claude with an optional memory feature for paid plans, enabling 500,000 token personalization and past chat referencing without invasive profiling. The Verge praised it as a leap over ChatGPT, while Tom's Guide lauded its 1M token context for coding and research breakthroughs. Privacy concerns emerged over data retention, but Anthropic's opt-in controls aim to balance trust and utility. This evolution toward true AI assistance raises the stakes. Enhanced data retention fuels productivity, but demands ironclad safeguards to prevent surveillance fears from derailing progress in an era where trust is fragile. Summer 2025 painted it as a double-edged sword, a revolutionary force fraught with risks that demand unrelenting vigilance. From Meta's catastrophic policy missteps to the EU's regulatory clampdown, deepfakes duping seasoned pros, and AI summaries crushing publisher traffic, we're in a reckoning where ethics, innovation, and accountability collide head-on. Will 2028 bring balanced progress, creator-friendly models, and robust protections against misuse? Or will we face more battles, backlashes, and regulatory whiplash? One thing's certain. AI's relentless pace is matched only by the growing scrutiny from users, lawmakers, and society at large. Stay informed, question the hype, and subscribe for deeper dives into tech's wild, ever-evolving frontier, where every breakthrough carries a new challenge and every scandal reshapes the rules.